Coach Corso. I coach 8th grade girls basketball here at Litchfield Middle School. My husband Rob coaches with me, and he is also the FCA sponsor at the middle school, and we run the power camp here at Litchfield. We're really sorry we didn't get to see you guys this year, but really glad that we could do this virtual camp with you. So our theme today is 100% self. Now that sounds a little backwards when you look at it, but what it really means is 100% myself out of the way. Our scripture today is Galatians 2:20. My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. You know, I would ask a question. Today we're going to talk about passing when we get to basketball. Do you have any idea who the NBA assist all-time leader is? Well, looks like my cameraman knows. It's John Stockton. But I bet most of you didn't know that, because passing is something that is a service. We have to surrender ourselves. Have you ever been out on the court when the whole team is just clicking and everything's going really great? That's surrender. That's when I am not as important as what's going on. In sports we don't like that word surrender because we think it means to give up. But that's not true. If you go back to that moment on the court when everybody is clicking and doing what's best for the team, you become more than what you were. And so, it's the same with God. When I surrender to God, when I let him, as my great coach, lead me to what's best, I become more than what I was. It's just a matter of being able to get yourself enough out of the way that you can become part of the whole, just like we do in sports all the time. That's what it's all about. So, be an assist leader. Get yourself out of the way and do what God leads you to do. We're not on a basketball court today, and I'm holding a pool noodle, and so you're probably thinking, what the heck does this have to do with basketball? Well, we're all at home quarantined, and we've got to figure out how we can work out the best we can with what we have. So, when you're passing, it's really important to have good arm strength and wrist strength. An exercise I would have for you is to get something like a pool noodle, a rolled up newspaper, a broom, it doesn't matter. But you want to twist it like this, as fast as you can go. Now when you get comfortable doing that, then you can add a string and maybe an empty milk jug and just twist that all the way up, go as fast as you can. Add some weight to that milk jug, twist again. Just keep going and getting better and faster. This is going to build all that strength in your forearms and your wrists and your hands that we really need to make good passes. There's 3 main kinds of passes that you'll need to make in basketball. The first is the bounce pass. The trick is you don't bounce it right in the middle. Too many kids I see bounce it there, and it takes too long to come back up to your teammate. So you want to bounce it about 3/4 of the way over. Right about where that black spot is on the ground there is where I'm aiming. It should pop right back up to where they want to catch it. Now the thing is, you need to flick your wrists. I always tell the kids, thumb down when you're done. This is going to give it some pop on it. You should finish extended.
Oh, did that wrong.
He's a track coach, it's okay. Pop it over there. Lazy passes make for easy defense, so make sure you're popping it over there. The second pass is the chest pass. Same thing, flick those wrists. Don't forget to step into it as you pass. Use your full body. We want this to be, I had a coach who told me this used to be like a frozen rope. Imagine stretching a rope right out between the two of us and freezing it so it's rock solid straight. That's what we want. We want our receiver, this is important, they're part of the pass too. They need to get their hands up and give us a target. Pop that thing in there. Stretch those hands. And since we're not very far, we're not doing a very good job of stepping, but we want to make sure we step in the pass and flip it. That's all there is to it. Now the overhead pass is the last one. Normally we'd be a little further away, but that's okay. The overhead pass is tricky because in soccer, when you inbound, you bring that ball way back here. Basketball, we don't want to do that because unless you're, inbounding the ball, because there's too much danger of somebody grabbing it from behind. You just bring it right above the top of our head, and that is why the wrist flick and the step are so important, because that's where you're going to get your strength with the pass. Always give on target. And this should still end at the chest. Those are the three main kinds of passes in basketball. Good passers anticipate what's happening on the floor. You need to know your offense. Now, when I say good passers, lots of times people will think that means just the guards, but that's not true. Everybody's part of the offense. Just like a center needs to be able to dribble, they need to be able to pass. Let's say you've got a guard coming off the screen. You need to pass to where they're going to be, not where they are. We call that leading the pass. So I'm going to ask Mr. Press to just jog lightly across, and I will show you what I mean. If I throw it to where he is, he's going to have to stop and stutter and waste time. If I throw it ahead of him just a little bit, if I lead him with the pass, then he's going to be able to just catch it in stride and continue to play. Sometimes practicing at home can be kind of boring, so you need a goal to set. You can even actually play this game against your friends and just record your score online. So, this is a passing game. You could need something to mark the ground. If I was in the gym, I'd use poly spots, but we gotta improvise. So, I'm just gonna look at the ground here, and I'm gonna say that black square is 1 point. The crack in the asphalt there, that's 2 points. And so, you could just pick some spots like that. If I can hit that spot with a bounce pass, 2 hands, I get 1 point. If I can hit the crack in the asphalt, I get 2 points. But we don't always use two-handed passes. Sometimes we have to reach around a defender and pass with one hand. So if I can do it with my strong hand, I add a point to whatever total. If I do it with my weak hand, and boy, do you guys need to work on your weak hands, because in basketball there should be no weak hand. So if I can do it with my weak hand, I add 2 points to whatever my total was. So if I'm playing with Mr. Press, he's playing at his house. Right now he's mostly just going to rebound for me. If I can hit that right there, okay, then I get 1 point. If I do it with one hand, my strong hand, I get 2 points. And you guys can decide how many rounds you want to play. You can decide what your point totals are, how many out there you want to do. Maybe you want to do an overhand pass, get a wall. If you want to do a chest pass or an overhead pass, get a wall, tape a target to it, and then stand on the dots, so the further away you are, the more points you get. It's all about just having fun and trying to practice what you're doing every day. No matter what, even in the game, make sure to flick those wrists, step into your pass, and keep it as sharp as you can. Okay, you guys have a great one. Remember, my game is glory.